Hey Daryl, reply to my messages now. Right now, where are you? You best stay home right now for me. I need you right now.
Hi, Essayer. What has changed so suddenly? Has something awful occurred?
I want to know where you are now. Please respond to my query. I need a ride to Federica's place from you. Right now, I want to start walking over to her place.
I'm sorry, but due to my hectic schedule, I won't be able to accomplish that. Right now, I've left the grocery shop. After I finish my grocery shopping, I have a lot more items to buy before I can go pick up David. I anticipate arriving at home in about an hour.
Are you for real? This is just unbelievable. That indicates that I won't arrive in time for lunch. I was asked to lunch today by Federica. I wouldn't want to pass up this chance.
You ought to have informed me about this sooner. I believed I had packed you lunch before I left the house. I also let you know that I was going food shopping. You ought to have known that I was unable to pick you up at this time.
Yes, I was aware that you were out shopping. Instead, I asked you to pick me up from home. I was dying to have lunch at Federica's place. I don't want you to make me lunch. Why should I have to eat this when you can eat it by myself when you come home?
Well, when I left the home, I had already finished my piece. Making your lunch gave me the impression that I was doing you a favor.
You truly have no comprehension, do you? I don't want to keep Federica waiting for an hour for me to show up. Would you stop what you're doing right now and come pick me up?
Sorry, but I'm unable to accomplish that. I believed I had previously informed you that I was occupied at the moment. Additionally, I need to buy certain things for Farley.
Who is interested in him? That can be done later.
Your spouse, he is. I believe you ought to treat him with greater respect.
That doesn't concern me right now. Right now, I need to get going. I had to get to Federica's residence right away. Please get home quickly. How many times do I need to repeat this to you?
It would still take me more than 30 minutes even if I went home immediately. Federica's home is another 30 minutes away from our location. That implies that it will take you at least an hour to get there. Can I do that? Perhaps you could just ask her to extend the invitation at a later date.
I find it hard to accept that something like this could be happening to me. Why do I keep getting such bad luck? Why didn't you just spend the day at home? You never know what I actually need from you here for, do you? Really, you are so worthless.
I apologize, but there is little I can do to change the situation. There wasn't much food in the fridge anymore. If I hadn't gone to the stores today, there wouldn't have been anything for us to eat for tonight. If I had left the fridge empty, you probably would have grumbled about it. I was forced to make today's appearance.
Stop inventing such ridiculous justifications. You own a vehicle. You might have just gone before supper later in the afternoon. Are you serious when you say I'll have to decline Federica's invitation?
I never said anything like. You may simply take the train if you truly want to go. Compared to me driving all the way home, that would take significantly less time. It would also greatly simplify my life.
Why should I be interested in you? I'm not going to take the train. Oh, how I detest using the subway. Even my chances of securing a seat on the train are uncertain. I also dislike having to travel by foot to the train station. That far away. Oh my goodness, are you really trying to make an old lady like me go all the way to the station? Just incredibly incredible how you were.
Why are you acting so hysterically when it just takes 10 minutes to go to the station? That's a simple stroll for you, no?
You know I'm not interested in doing that, right?
Good luck with it. Unfortunately, I am unable to take you up at this time. Either take the train today, or just inform Federica that you are unable to attend today's event.
You really are such a loser. My interest has waned. Simply said, I'm going to request Federica's invitation to come over another time. You makes me feel so bad. I can only imagine how thrilled she was to have me over. You'd best also offer her an apology.
Why do I have to express my regret to her?
Isn't it quite obvious? I can't go to her house today, and it's all your fault. Everything you did was selfish, therefore that's why. Do not comprehend how busy she is? Her ability to extend an invitation to me is really uncommon. On the other hand, you constantly appear to have a ton of spare time. Why is it that today of all days you have to be so busy?
What were you saying? Do you honestly believe I have that much spare time every day? You had to be kidding me. Were you speaking directly to me?
I mean, who else did you think I was talking to?
I seldom have any spare time. I do all of the chores for you. Early in the morning, I prepare breakfast for the entire family. Then I leave David off at school and drive Farley to the hospital for rehabilitation. I return home to clean the house and do laundry. And I prepare you lunch and do all the dishes. I have to go food shopping in the afternoon and then pick everyone up again. When I get home, I have to start making supper for everyone. Every day, I do it all by myself. Are you serious when you say I have so much free time?
Stop playing the victim. That is a typical housewife's lifestyle. You don't even work or make any money. You should feel grateful for earning all of your money. You have no right to be dissatisfied with your task.
Actually, I earned part of the money from my family as well. I work part-time and in my spare time. I contribute to the family's income.
It's only a part-time job. I doubt it makes a difference. I'm also letting you dwell in this place since I'm incredibly nice. Your very small salary does not cover all of your living expenditures. Stop acting so arrogantly simply because you do a little chores. You have no right to respond to me.
What are you on about? I'm only here because you requested Dylan and me to live with you. I never pointed out anything about not wanting to live here. I was irritated when you told me I was worthless and that I had so much spare time. You should know that I have sentiments as well. I didn't like it when you told me that.
I did nothing except tell you the truth. Stop complaining so much. You're only a housewife. You're nothing without Dylan. When he gets home, I'm going to tell him how badly you treated me today.
Go ahead and do it. I don't mind if you tell him. Even if you tell him everything, I doubt anything will change since he would be disappointed in you.
He will not be let down by me. If anything, he'll be disappointed in you. He'll undoubtedly be on my side. You'd best brace yourself for a reprimand from him.
If you truly feel it, go ahead and tell him. I am certain that I am not mistaken in any of this.
You are truly arrogant. I'm not sure why Dylan chose to marry someone like you. I hope you don't have too much influence over David. I don't want him to mature into an adult like you. I'm already concerned about the future.
There is no need for you to be concerned about David's future. He's turning into a beautiful youngster who is always concerned about me. I'm confident that he has a bright future ahead of him. You have absolutely nothing to be concerned about.
Just conversing with you irritates me. You must have a flair for annoying folks.
So, I apologize if I was able to irritate you in any way. I'm going to go immediately. I still need to go grocery shopping before I go pick up David. Goodbye.
There is an emergency. This was not something I anticipated to happen.
What are you on about? Is everything all right?
Everything is fine. I'm overjoyed right now. Federica has apparently become pregnant.
Oh, you took me by surprise. I assumed something terrible had occurred. Anyway, that's fantastic news. I'm overjoyed for her.
This is the most exciting news I've heard in a long time. I'm excited to meet her child. I'm already getting excited about it. I'll have even more grandchildren now.
I'm delighted you seem pleased with it. She only found out about it a few days ago.
I believe I was one of the first to learn about it from her. Oh, she still hasn't told her in-laws. This must imply that she likes me, right? I was the first person she called.
I suppose I might imply that, after all, you are her mother.
Why don't you attempt to be more upbeat about it? This is fantastic news. You don't appear to be interested in what I'm going to tell you. Do you have no regard for other people?
That is not the case. I am overjoyed for her.
I'm not sure what to do with all this energy. I'm overjoyed after hearing this news. I'm curious whether it will be a boy or a girl. Actually, gender has no bearing. He or she will be adorable anyway. Federica is, after all, their mother. She's going to make them some amazing genes. She's a picture-perfect lady. I can't wait to start shopping for the baby.
Federica is, indeed, a gorgeous lady. I believe it's a little early to start thinking about baby presents.
By the way, I'm not suggesting David isn't attractive. He is still my cherished grandchild. It's simply that I'm more eager to see Federica's children. They will be the best grandchildren in the world.
Isn't that a little insulting to David?
I don't believe it's really insulting. It's just that he's a little strange in certain aspects. You get what I'm saying, don't you?
No. I don't. What exactly are you trying to say?
For some reason, he doesn't seem to like me very much. These days, we scarcely have any talks. He's constantly locked inside Farley's room and never comes out. I'm not sure why he appears to despise me.
He's constantly in Farley's room for a purpose. He's making sure Farley doesn't get lonely being alone in his room all day. I don't believe he dislikes you. You don't have to be concerned about it at all.
I'm relieved that they appear to get along fairly well. I'm still irritated that he doesn't get along with me. I think he'd be a lot cuter if he was friendlier to me. He no longer even makes eye contact with me. I'm his grandmother.
He's undoubtedly terrified of you since you always speak to him in a frightening tone. You yell at him whenever he does something you believe is wrong. You must exercise greater patience with him. He's only a youngster. He's not going to be flawless. You yelled at him the other day for just watching TV throughout supper. You always tell him that you're busy whenever he wants to chat to you. I believe David will be more cordial with you if you adjust how you treat him. I'm sure if you're good to him, he'll be more likely to be nice to you.
That is not entirely my fault. When I'm busy, he constantly chats to me. He's simply generally inconvenient. Just like another person I know.
Is it possible that you're referring to me?
I never said anything like that. Stop pretending to be a victim. I never explicitly stated that I was referring to you. It might have been anyone I was referring to.
There is no one else to whom you may be referring.
So, if you believe I was talking about you, maybe I was. But you can't blame me for it. I never said anything about it being you.
I don't really care either way. I'm tired of talking to you. Could you please treat David a bit more respectfully if at all possible? I genuinely want you two to get along. He's just 5 years old. You've reached adulthood.
I told you I'd already treated him kindly. You are tenacious in your pursuit of this. How many times do you intend to repeat what I intend to repeat?
I intend to keep doing it until I see a shift in your attitude. Anyway, I have to go going since I'm quite busy. I need to get started on supper preparations right now. You said you were going to be late today, didn't you? Are you going to be hungry when you go home?
Yes, I'll be arriving home late tonight. I won't require dinner.
Are you certain about that? What are you going to do?
I'm going out to eat with Dylan tonight. We'll be eating at a great restaurant, so we won't require your meal. I also had to inform him about Federica's pregnancy. I don't think he's aware of it yet.
Okay, I get it. I'll simply cook enough food for myself, Farley, and David, and you and David can have a great supper together.
Yes, please do so. Make certain that all of the chores is completed before I arrive home tonight. Daryl, I have some news for you. Federica will be moving in with us starting today.
What exactly did you just say? Starting today? Isn't that a touch abrupt?
She's coming to live with us as her pregnancy progresses to the end. She'll need all of our help to have a healthy kid.
Isn't it too early for that? Isn't she only around 3 months pregnant?
What are you on about? If anything, it's a touch late. Federica's husband is quite busy and seldom returns home. I'm not going to let her stay at home alone while she's pregnant. She requires someone to be with her at all times.
I see what you're saying, however.
Federica really resigned her job not long ago. During the day, she has a lot of spare time. I'll need you to make an extra piece of food starting today. Make sure you make something nutritious and appropriate for a pregnant woman.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, and one more thing. I need you to clean out the room you're now in. Federica will be moving into the room as of today. Make careful to relocate all of your possessions to a new room. Make sure you don't forget anything.
Wait. What are you talking about? You want us to make room for her?
That is precisely what I am advising you to do. You're utilizing one of the larger rooms. Federica should get to utilize it, in my opinion. She'll have a lot of items that she'll carry with her. It makes sense for you to relocate to a smaller space. You're cool with it, right?
I believe we should debate this before making any judgments. Because Farley's room is practically next door, I believe I should remain in this room. When he needs assistance, I can go immediately away. Can't Federica utilize one of the available rooms? It would make things a lot easier for both me and David.
Stop attempting to create such justifications. The choice was made previously. You may still aid Farley from one of the upper rooms if he needs it. All you need to do is down a flight of steps. Is it really so difficult? Federica has taken over your room. There is nothing to debate here. I'm not going to have a pregnant woman climb a flight of stairs every day. She requires the first floor room that you are now occupying. When you go home, make sure you take all of your possessions out of the room. Do you comprehend what I'm asking of you?
Okay, I get it. I'll get to it as soon as I get home.
Daryl! What are you up to? I still can't believe this is happening. Federica had no fruit left in the fridge. She requires all vitamins in order to give birth to a healthy kid. How could you have forgotten to fetch these for her? You are indeed a worthless lady.
I apologize for not having the time to do so. I'm now on my way home after picking up David from school.
David? This is definitely starting to irritate me. You appear to be just concerned with him.
Why are you becoming so enraged all of a sudden?
Do you understand we have a pregnant woman living with us right now? She is the most important person in the house and deserves more of your attention. I can't believe you continue to choose your own child over her. How do you intend to accept responsibility if something bad happens to her?
Why should I accept responsibility? Is there anything I've done wrong? I've been treating everyone who lives with us fairly.
So you genuinely have no idea what you've done wrong? Are you truly so stupid? Why don't you try utilizing your head for a change?
Nothing has gone wrong with me. I'm not going to abandon David simply because Federica is pregnant. It's natural for me to want to look after my own child. You must have the same thoughts as I do. You constantly appear to be concerned with your own children.
Stop talking to me like that. Federica is the individual that needs to be emphasized the most right now. Everyone else should be an afterthought for you.
You see, you're doing precisely what I told you. You place the highest value on your own daughter. I'm doing the same thing by putting my own child first.
Why don't you grasp what I'm saying? Federica is now carrying my darling grandchild. Federica needs the highest level of care for the baby to be born safely. I've got enough of your horrible attitude. How could you respond to me in this manner? If you can't follow my commands, please leave my house immediately.
Are you certain you should be saying that to me? Do you truly want me to go?
I am very certain. I don't want you in my home any longer. Get out right now. You're just an annoyance. I no longer require someone like you in my home. Get out before I become enraged.
That's just great with me. I'll go as soon as I gather all of my possessions.
Daryl, why don't you wake up early to prepare food for everyone? Don't you know it's the responsibility of a wife to Dylan?
I'm sorry, what are you saying? I won't do anything anymore.
I'm talking about family responsibility, Daryl. This is the duty of a wife, and you have failed.
What are you scolding me for? I won't do anything anymore. I don't have any responsibilities towards your family either, so take care of it yourself because I divorced Dylan yesterday.
Divorced? Why? Why didn't you say anything to me? What? Why would you dare to divorce your husband?
Why are you so surprised? This is what you asked for. I didn't want to talk to anyone. Our relationship is over, and I don't need to be responsible for his family anymore.
I never asked you to divorce Dylan, although I'm very angry that you didn't follow my request.
I don't have any opinions about that. But it's definite I filed for divorce and there's no going back. Your family will live without my help. Believe it or not, Dylan agreed to this. He signed the papers, LOL.
Don't try to deceive me.
I have nothing to deceive you about. Dylan knows everything but pretends not to. To torment me, this family turned me into a servant.
What will happen to my husband, Farley, when he has no one to take care of him?
You're kidding me, right? That's your family's problem, not mine. You're his wife, you should take care of him, not me.
I have many reasons why I can't take care of him. I don't have a driver's license. How can I take him to the hospital? I'm busy every day taking care of Federica.
Well, then contact Federica's husband to bring her home instead of talking to me.
How can you treat us like this? Just come back, and everything will be as before. Stop this divorce thing now and come home to take care of us like before. I'll pretend nothing happened.
That will never happen. Once you kicked me out, there's no way I'm coming back.
So you're willing to abandon us, huh? You won't be welcomed in this family anymore.
Well, hell will welcome you soon enough. Believe it or not, Dylan himself proposed the divorce because he couldn't stand a devilish woman like you.
That will never happen. I'm just too busy, that's all.
Yes, you're busy choosing which program to watch on TV all day and never leaving until mealtime.
I don't have any savings. I'm living off your and Dylan's money. If you get divorced, what will my husband and I do?
Exactly, he decided to give everything to me. Surprising, isn't it? You'll be left with nothing.
Is everything you're saying true? You truly are a demon.
So, Esther, you'll be taking care of all the tasks after I leave. Dylan has agreed to let me bring David to our new place without involving you.
Wait a minute, please. I beg you, come back here with me.
I don't care anymore. You always call me useless, so I won't come back. Goodbye and farewell.
Hey, Daryl.
Before I left the house, I had thoroughly discussed everything with Farley. I assured him that I would get him a place in an aged care facility. I believe I have located a suitable residence for him, and I am now finalizing all the formalities so that he may leave the house shortly. I want to use the money he provided me to pay for the care facility. I also make use of some of the funds that were handed to me. I also utilize part of the money that was provided to me to purchase a new home for myself and David. Farley's gift of money was really generous, and I believe I'll be able to purchase a pretty good house while still having enough money left over. Dylan sent me a number of apology texts over the next 2 months. I can't forgive him for what occurred, but I have no intention of ever seeing him again. Should
I can't believe that it's been 5 years already. I was so surprised when I heard about how successful you had become. I can't believe that you worked so hard for me all this time. I had completely forgotten about you. Sorry for that. I heard that you earned over $20 million a year. You really should have let me know about this much earlier. I never would have broken up with you if I had known that you earned this much. I also never would have dated with other men if I knew you had this much money. I can't believe that you kept all this a secret from me. Hey, Charlie. Why aren't you replying to me? I know that you're still in love with me. Reply to me and let's get back together. You still haven't replied to me at all. Sorry about yesterday. I had some plans, and that's why I stopped texting you. I would have texted you all day if I didn't have to go out. I don't understand why you still haven't replied to me. I know that you've been chasing me the entire time we've been apart. You must have fallen asleep thinking about me every night. I just don't get why you're not replying. You better reply as soon as you see this, or I'm going to leave you again. How was your day today, Charlie? My day was pretty good actually. I went out to go shopping with some of my friends. But everything that I wanted was too expensive though. I want to go shopping there with you next time. You can buy me everything that I want, right? Also, you still haven't replied to me? I'm starting to get a little impatient now. I really don't get why you still haven't replied. Oh, wait. I think I get it now. You're too embarrassed to text me, right? You must be thinking very hard about what to say to me after all these years. There's really no need for you to be so shy. We need to spend all day thinking about a clever pickup line. Text me back. Hurry up. We have so much to catch up on. It's been 5 years since we last met. I can't wait to meet up with you again. Charlie! What's wrong with you? Isn't it about time you replied to me? I've been texting you nonstop for several days. I know that you've read all the texts. You better reply to me soon. I'm getting tired of waiting for you to reply to me. Oh, wait. I finally figured out the reason why you haven't been replying to any of my texts. You must be preparing a huge house for us to live in, right? I guess that you wanted to prepare a huge surprise for me. I love you so much for doing this. I'm really excited to see the house. I bet it's going to be so luxurious. I can't believe how successful you've become. You are just a part-time worker when I first met you. But now I'm so proud of you. I know that you want to surprise me, but would you be able to send me at least one reply? Also, could you tell me when I should be moving into our house? I need some time to pack all of my belongings. Could you reply to the question that I asked you yesterday? I need to know when I can start moving into our new house. My contract for my current apartment ends tomorrow. I'm not able to renew the contract because of some reasons. I'm going to need a place to live from the day after tomorrow. I would be really grateful if I can start moving into our new place from tomorrow. I'm going to come and see you tomorrow.
I can't believe that you still haven't replied to me. It's been an entire week since I started texting you again. I'm starting to lose my patience now. Guys that take forever to reply to text messages are so unattractive. I'm going to leave you again if you're not careful.
Leave me again? What's wrong with you? We never got back together in the first place. Stop sending so many messages. The notifications are getting really annoying.
Oh, God. You finally replied to me. Why you keep this for so long? I miss you so much, Charlie. I'm glad that I kept on trying to get in contact with you.
What do you want from me after all this time? I thought that you blocked me when we broke up. You told me that we're never going to talk again.
Did I?
Sure. Don't you remember? You told me that a poor part-time worker like me didn't match up to you. That was the reason you broke up with me, and the reason why you replaced me with some other rich guy.
That's a long time ago, Charlie. I can't believe you're still angry about it. You should be grateful that I unblocked you. Aren't you happy that you get to talk to me again?
You seriously think that I'm happy to talk to you again?
Of course you are.
You must be out of your mind.
Why didn't you contact me for 5 years? It would have been nice to talk to you once in a while.
How was I meant to contact you? You blocked my number and deleted me from all of your social media. I wouldn't have been able to contact you even if I wanted to.
You could have written a letter to me, you know my address, right? You could have also just come to visit me in person. Or changing your phone number would also have been another way to get in contact with me. I'm sure there were other ways too. You really should try to use your brain more if you really want to get back together with me. You need to start thinking more smartly. I don't want to get married to someone dumb.
I'm just going to cut straight to the point. I took a look at all the text messages that you sent me this week. Why did you suddenly decide to contact me?
What? Are you serious? You serious? You still don't understand what I'm trying to say to you. I thought that I made my feelings towards you very clear. Did you always used to be this stubborn? I guess I have to explain it to you. I know that you worked so hard to win me back for the past 5 years. You've managed to become successful. And you earn over $20 million a year. Now you did this all to get back together with me, right? I would be happy to get back together with you and start living together. That's what I was trying to tell you. I'm surprised you didn't get it. I sent you so many messages.
You managed to summarize it all in 3 messages. Was there really a need for you to send me so many annoying messages?
What? Did you really just say my messages were annoying? I can't believe you would say that to me. The only reason I sent so many messages was because you didn't reply to me. I wouldn't have needed to send so many if you had replied to me. Any girl would have given up after 2 or 3 days. So you should be grateful that I didn't give up.
You expect me to thank you for sending me all that spam?
Of course.
I didn't reply to you because I wanted you to give up. I didn't want to talk to you. Did you really not think that would be a possibility?
Are you seriously asking me that? I knew that definitely wouldn't be the case. You're still in love with me. I know that you're desperate to talk to me.
Why do you think that I feel that way?
You went from being a part-time worker to the owner of a company in just 5 years. It must have been so much hard work. I know the only reason you managed to try so hard was to win me back.
To win you back? No way! Do you really think that I worked hard for these 5 years to win you back? Why do you think that I would do such a thing?
It's kind of obvious, isn't it? It's because you like me. Why don't you just admit it already? There's no point being embarrassed about it. I really don't mind it. I actually think it's kind of sweet that you thought of me this entire time.
You really don't understand how I feel about you. You never even paid that much attention to me even when we were dating. I already planned on becoming the owner of a company while we were still dating. You didn't know about it because you barely paid any attention to me.
I had no idea about that.
Also, you keep on saying that my yearly salary is $20 million, but that's wrong. That's how much my company earns in a year. It's not my personal salary. The company I work for currently is run by my father, and I plan on inheriting the company from him in the near future. The reason I was working so many part-time jobs when I was dating you was to experience various types of job. I needed to experience a variety of job fields so that I would be able to run a company in the future.
Are you serious? That's why you were doing all those pathetic part-time jobs? Why didn't you tell me about this earlier? I never would have broken up with you if I knew about all of this.
I'm actually glad I didn't tell you about any of this before.
Why is that?
I can't believe that you kept so many secrets from me. My parents always used to tell me to be careful of telling my girlfriends about my job.
What? What is the point of keeping your job title a secret?
It's important so that I can avoid getting married to a gold digger like you. Girls like you only care about the money. I know that you don't actually love me at all.
It's not like that. Don't make accusations like that to me.
It's too late trying to hide your true self. Now I'm really glad my parents gave me this advice.
You can say whatever you want about me. I don't even care about this. I can forgive you anyways. I know that you still want to get back together with me.
Wow, you're so obedient, right? Don't make me laugh, Lily.
I don't really have a choice anymore, Charlie. I just arrived at your huge house.
What? What are you talking about? Are you insane?
Would you please just come outside and let me in? I'm tired from a long taxi ride. It took over 2 hours to get here. I want to come inside so that I can finally relax. I want to take a nice long bath in the jacuzzi while eating a platter of fruits. After that, I want to snuggle up in the king-sized bed by your side. I can't wait.
Hey, what does the name on the door plate of the house say? Is the name on the plate Price by any chance?
Hold on. Let me check, honey. Yeah, it does say Price. Are you telling me that this isn't your house? I saw you come out of this house the other day, though. I thought that this was the house that you were preparing for me as a surprise gift.
I have no idea why you would come to that conclusion. Mr. Price is one of my dad's close friends. He's also one of his most important business partners. He's a really kind person. He also let me live in his house for a month while I was back in the country.
Wait. What did you just say?
What do you mean by while you were back in the country? Are you telling me that you're living abroad?
Yeah, Lily. I got married and moved to Canada.
What? What did you just say? You're not serious, right? You can't be married already. Also, did you just say that you're living in Canada?
Yeah.
No, you must be lying.
Why would I have to tell you a lie? Everything that I just said is all true. Our company decided to branch out into other countries. As well, I left my dad and sister in charge of the branch offices in this country. Me and my wife decided to move to Canada and work at Toronto.
I can't believe that you would get married to some other woman. How could you move abroad without me? I can't believe that you abandoned me like this. I am the one that love you the most. No one on earth can do that.
What in the world are you talking about? I started dating my wife 6 months after you broke up with me. I did absolutely nothing wrong.
Stop it, Charlie. Stop making a pathetic excuses. I know that you're still in love with me.
I'm not in love with you at all. In fact, I really hate you.
What did you just say to me? How dare you?
I said I hate you. I'd be happy to keep repeating those words until you leave me alone. Why did you think that I would want to get back to you? You cheated on me and then chose to break up with me. There's no way that I would still be in love with a woman that treated me so badly. I absolutely hate you from the bottom of my heart.
You don't seriously hate me. I get it. You're just saying this to me to hide your embarrassment. It's okay. You can tell me how you really feel now.
I can't believe that you still haven't given up.
There's no reason for me to give up anything. We're destined to be together.
My wife just called Mr. Price just to check if you caused them any trouble. I heard that an entire truck of your belongings just arrived there. Did you seriously plan on moving into that house? Are you insane?
I told you, Charlie. The contract for my apartment ends today. Were you not listening? I told you that. That's why I decided to travel all the way here today.
Oh, I don't care about it. I'm busy now. I've got to get going soon. My flight is taking off in a bit.
What are you talking about?
I already warned Mr. Price in advance that you might suddenly turn up at his house. I told him that you would be jobless and homeless. He told me that he could introduce you to a part-time job at one of his friend's factory nearby.
What? Why would I want to work at a factory?
You're in a large amount of debt, aren't you? You really need to start working so that you can start paying it back.
How do you know about that? That's my problem, and it's none of your business.
I know that so easily. My friend works at the bank you're using, and he searched that you owned up to $100,000. And I think that's why you're in a rush when texting me. You want to trick me and force me to pay your debt, right? I am not that silly.
What? You really know everything.
Sure. And one more thing. My friend that told me is Mr. Price's son.
What?
And the bank you own belongs to Mr. Price's family. So now, I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Wait. Charlie, you can't just leave me.
Why I can't?
We haven't figured anything out yet. I thought we were going to live together from today.
I'm hanging up. Bye.
I heard about what happened afterwards from Mr. Price. The moving truck with all of Lisa's belongings was rerouted to the factory that Mr. Price's friend owned. All her belongings were placed in a company dormitory. It was decided that she would live and work at the company until she repaid all the money. The company was located very far in the countryside, and there was basically nothing nearby. I don't feel sorry for her at all. After everything she had done to me in the past, it felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I'm really glad that I broke up with Lisa and got married to my current wife. That's my best choice ever.
Aisha, I need a few minutes to tell you something. You're available, right? Please take care of a few things for me. Be quick. I can't sit here all day waiting for you. Where are you, Aisha? Please respond.
I'm listening, Mom. Why is that? What game are you now playing? Yes. After you've done enough, I don't want to clean up your mess. What are you expecting of me?
You are shrewd. But it's not you this time. Listen, Lorelai, your sister is getting married. I think this is fantastic. My kid makes me so happy. Young and employed by a major national corporation, her fiancé is a young man. He ended up being a successful individual, so there was no need to be concerned about his monthly wage.
Wow, Mom, that's awesome. He seems to be Lorelai's ideal mate. She must be pretty supportive of this union, I suppose. My sister is tying the knot. That's advantageous.
That's correct, Aisha. I want Lorelai to have the nicest wedding possible because, after all, she deserves it. After the wedding is over at the church, the ceremony will be scheduled in a sizable eatery nearby. There are just 2 months left to get ready. It will arrive very shortly.
What are the remaining 2 months? However, isn't that too soon? In order to prepare for the wedding ceremony, there are various plans.
Lorelai's only goal was to wed as soon as possible. You are aware that all your sister wants to do is complete the wedding ritual. I'm exerting every effort to make the wedding wonderful. We need to swiftly prepare ahead so as not to interfere with the wedding ceremony since I have acquaintances who work in the wedding stage design industry. We require an elegant and opulent wedding ceremony, and the meal will be made using imported products. On the wedding day, fresh flowers will be used to adorn the venue and reception stands. I've already planned every detail of the wedding. We were really lucky to have the contacts necessary to plan for her wedding.
That's excellent for Lorelai, I suppose. I think her wedding will be lovely and special. Have you already decided on the precise date for the wedding ceremony? Due to job obligations, I have commitments for Fridays in February, therefore I anticipate having free time on Saturday and Sunday. Wish I had known earlier. That way, though it probably won't be ready in time, I can create a stunning wedding gown just for me. I'll get a new dress, but what about the party's color? So impatient I am.
You don't need to worry about that, my love. Truth be told, Lorelai never intended to invite you to the party. Therefore, you don't need to choose the perfect outfit for the party since those outfits, regardless of how lovely they are, won't help your child stand out. Therefore, you are not need to know the wedding date.
Huh? What? I wasn't going to be invited, Lorelai.
You understand that her fiancé is a gorgeous man, right? She and her fiancé are the world's most perfect pair, in my opinion. The wedding will be stunning since they are truly lovely. How will the public see fairy love? You understand what I mean when I say that you wouldn't fit in there, don't you?
Who are you speaking to? My sister's wedding was happening.
You can only image how sparkly my sister's wedding will be, as there will only be lovely females wearing stylish sparkle dresses. You must reflect back on who you were. It's amusing how ugly you were and how you seemed at the wedding. Everyone at the gathering was in on the prank. In addition, they will criticize you for being unattractive while your sister is lovely. Seriously, do you really believe you are older than Lorelai if you are seated next to her in the wedding picture? Your ideal wedding cannot be ruined. Can you put a word I said? It's dreadful. It would be best for you to skip the wedding that day.
Given that, are you sincere in what you say? You don't want me to attend Lorelai's wedding simply because you believe that I am ugly? This is completely useless. I am aware that Lorelai is more attractive than I am, but even if you disagree, we are still related. I want to go since I'm a member of this family.
There is no place for you there, Lorelai. She doesn't want to be friends with you at all. I believe you should respect her decision if she asks you not to participate. She, not you, considers that date to be significant.
What? Really, Lorelai didn't want me at the event?
She said she simply intended to invite her gorgeous pals. There will never be a more stunning wedding party than this one. You should stay at home because you are a disgrace to society. She does not want the images from her wedding to be destroyed by chimps.
Does she invite just attractive friends? What a shallow individual. This probably didn't surprise me all that much, and neither did the others. Here, let's chat about Lorelai. Does she wish to discard her friends based just on appearances? Who will be there at her wedding given that not everyone is like her? Does she not realize that what she is going to do might harm individuals with absurd regulations merely because of their appearance? I don't know how she processed experiencing these emotions.
That's how she feels, Lorelai. Simply put, she doesn't want you there. Aisha, she simply cares about what she wants. People like her who are beautiful are on a different plane than you. You are not aware of that.
You're good, Mom. In any case, isn't Lorelai stunning? Let her exercise her choice. I have no viewpoint on this incident. I'm not going to pardon her for this stupidity. I'm hoping that she won't be let down by this wedding and that it won't come back to bite her. I'm not going to Lorelai's wedding, as the stunning bride requests.
I'm good, Aisha. The situation is fine. I appreciate your approval. You're still her little sister, even if she has a wedding fund online and everyone is sending presents or making donations rather than delivering them in person. Even if you can't make it to the wedding, you should donate a lot of money because it's a religious occasion for your older sister. Because it will be ostentatious and costly. Right, Aisha?
Aisha, are you there? What are you doing? Tomorrow is my big day. I am finally married. Don't you support this for me? Aren't you happy about this? I have not seen any support from you for my foundation. Why such a delay?
I saw your site. I guess this is a normal thing, isn't it, Lorelai?
Huh? Crowdfunding? Good. Duh. All forms of fundraising are something I like. I expected to receive at least $5,000 from you since you are my sister, ideally more if you can.
Yes, I noticed that you did put it on the website. Anyway, this isn't the deadline for booking a wedding date, is it?
Yes, attendees can give at the ceremony by scanning the QR code we've provided at the reception. You're going to do it online, though, because you're not attending the wedding, right? Because, you're my little sister. In order for me to feel secure in case something goes wrong with your card, the website, or anything else, don't you think it would be best to finish it before the wedding?
It doesn't seem to matter when I pay as long as you have your money, in my opinion. Why are you so egotistical? And it's all up to me how much I want to offer you.
Be honest, I don't want you to accuse me of forgetting or doing something. Because your birth sister will get married before you, I am aware that you are irritated and upset. What did you expect, really? I guess having an unattractive exterior doesn't necessarily translate into a superior inside self. That's really tragic, smiley face.
I'm not attempting to avoid making a contribution, Lorelai. I'll fulfill my commitment to you. I am aware of what I must accomplish, so I don't need your directions.
All right, tomorrow's ceremony will be held in secret, so please keep that in mind while you donate. Don't try to enter since the security will not let anyone in without a wedding card. One of those occasions requires you to dig deep and be really giving. I'm confident you can earn $10,000, so don't be a cheapskate in front of your sister. You are not only ugly, but also impoverished, so I wouldn't know where to conceal my face if you weren't.
What? I don't give you $10,000. Are you kidding me? You didn't let me know that you lacked the funds to pay for your bills, did you? You don't truly possess it, do you? And you believe that this fundraising effort will cover everything? Did fundraising cover the whole cost of the wedding? You must not expect me to give you a lot of money. My savings aren't very big.
You are only my sister. You ought to act responsibly, don't you think? I won't take your money to deceive you. You may keep it where you keep your valuables, beneath the bridge. Bring a possibly useful ripped bag, if you have one. Additionally, Mom has stated that she will pay for the wedding. Did you know that Mom and Dad have a savings account that will be used for our wedding? Perhaps not? Because of your hideous appearance, no one in the family can understand how you could ever marry a typical person. They claim I have everything because of this. I'm very fortunate to have both good looks and a wedding budget.
Well done, Lorelai. It's good to have everything you want, even our parents' love.
Now I realize. It's going to be a beautiful wedding tomorrow. We tried our best, and I am confident that my images will go viral. A video team will be there during the whole event. Elegant wedding, lovely guests, it's the ideal scene. It will feature coordinated choreography in addition to being aesthetically beautiful. Fresh flowers are all over the stage. I am really excited.
My mom told me something. It simply seems strange to me that the wedding's whole purpose is to become viral on social media.
You fail to grasp it. I can work as a model and get influence on TikTok or Instagram through more than just social media.
I'm not certain that everything will go as planned. You must have a beautiful wedding with joyful guests, right? I've heard tales about the nuptials of your buddy Lorelai. You do realize you took him from his college sweetheart, don't you? Since then, they have been dating.
College level, for sure. So what's the issue now that he is mine?
So, Lorelai, you've put up a trap for him so that his girlfriend will think something else.
How shall I put it? I am satisfied. The fact that the narrative takes place so long ago is only a part of the attractive ex-lover privilege. Who has this ability?
Do you really believe you can continue living your life in this manner forever?
You say that, why? It has proven beneficial thus far. No one can stay with you for too long since you've seen how ugly they all appear as children. Our parents are the most obvious example. My parents granted all of my requests while leaving everything else to me. Why? Solely because I am stunning. So who are you? They think you're disgusting. I remember that when you got 98 instead of 100 on a test, they used to be pretty angry with you. I've never had a score problem in my entire life. Even if I go home with a percentile on a test, they'll just say I don't need to worry about my intelligence. I can achieve whatever I want in life. The beautiful people I have invited to my wedding should know what I am talking about. No one will care with how I stole my fiancé from her face. They are all pretty privileged and you are not.
I guess it's no use trying to tell you. If not, then I hope you get what you want. I will not attend your wedding, as you have requested. But I hope you have a great time. It's celebrating your love with James. I'm hoping for a long and happy marriage for you too.
Thank you very much, Aisha. That's extremely thoughtful of you. I suppose I should send you two my best wishes. I really hope you can find a guy who is okay with seeing your disgusted expression. I hope someone will propose to you someday. Even then, he might have to be totally blind to choose you.
Aisha! Now, listen to my phone. It is an emergency. Answer your messages right away. The time has come for you to attend Lorelai's wedding with as many of your friends as you can. I need them to come to the party now.
What? What are you referring to? Everything is fine. Are there issues with your wedding? I have no idea why, but all of Lorelai's pals are changing plans at the last minute. Lorelai was losing her mind since no one arrived.
No one on her guest list is picking up her calls or responding to her messages, despite her best efforts to get in touch with them. It was a catastrophe. No one on her guest list is picking up her calls or responding to her messages, despite her best efforts to get in touch with them. It was a catastrophe. This is how they thanked Lorelai for inviting them to her lovely wedding, and I can't believe these folks. They are awful.
Mom, calm down. Perhaps Lorelai's self-centered policies and merciless discrimination were the reason for the last-minute cancellation. This is also comprehensible.
What are you referring to? Don't act foolishly. Do you have any knowledge about this? You didn't act in spite of anyone, did you?
Well, it probably has to do with a few things. For starters, it seems that Lorelai kidnapped James, the future groom, from his long-standing fiancé, who had been with him for more than 8 years. Of course, many of her friends who had known both of them since childhood felt that Lorelai was being a beautiful skank. Ex-girlfriend of James is highly popular and nice. She was a hot girl and popular when they were a couple at school. Another issue was the notion of just inviting attractive individuals. When this was revealed, it insulted everyone, whether they had been invited or not. She steals from lovers and evaluates the beauty of her buddies. Naturally, nobody wants to go to her wedding. The last-minute cancellations are likely an intentional retaliation against her.
What? I can't believe how conceited Lorelai's buddies are acting. What type of creature cancels on the wedding day? Do you recognize it? The beauty of Lorelai makes others envious. They are undermining her because of this. The way Lorelai chooses to be ambitious is by stealing a girl's boyfriend and planning a beautiful wedding. She achieves her goals. A lovely privilege.
I suppose you see nothing wrong with your lovely daughter. Do you honestly believe that having gorgeous privilege applies to everything?
It does, of course. Aisha, this world is terrible. As you are aware. Everything that comes to my lovely child is well deserved. However, returning to the topic at hand, surely there is no use in attempting to get in touch with Lorelai's pals if they are all purposefully canceling last-minute plans.
Yes, I suppose so. For them to be altering their minds now, it's a bit late.
Fine. Plan C will then have to be implemented. All you have to do is gather every single buddy you can and take them to the reception venue. The only way to get through this is to simply fill as many seats as possible.
You want me to invite my buddies,
I won't allow Lorelai to see a wedding at which none of her friends are there. She'll suffer humiliation. This is the last option, believe me. No matter how hideous they are, just invite your buddies around. I guess we may modify the original arrangement and allow you to attend the wedding if you comply.
Wow. I appreciate the offer, but I'm not sure, Mom. I also don't want to engage my pals in this.
Since you and Lorelai are identical twins and attended the same high school, I never imagined being a twin would be useful in this way. The majority of your buddies have the same age range, and I'm sure you two also socialized with similar folks. The disfigured sister may occasionally prove helpful, I suppose. In any case, you get the idea. There is no time to waste. Contact everyone you know from school right now. Tell them to arrive dressed appropriately as well. There is plenty to prepare over here as well, so let me know as soon as you get the answers. Now get started.
I'm not doing that, yeah. I'm shocked that you even brought it up. Even though that won't work and I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it, you probably wouldn't care. Based on Lorelai's behavior, her pals made a choice. I won't waste time justifying her conduct or pleading with people to come to her wedding. Please don't include me in this. I won't take any action.
Why would you say that? We're talking about your sister's wedding here. Today is your sister's wedding, but none of her friends are going. Are you sure that's good with you? On the day that should be the happiest of her life, she will feel ashamed. Just try to fill the chairs with as many people as you can. Now!
Mom, I'm so sorry. I couldn't attend the wedding or woo my friends just because it was the wedding of my sister who rejected me because of my looks. I'm currently on a date with my boyfriend in Miami. Sorry, I can't help you.
What? Dating? With whom? Is he blind or what to date you?
What are you saying? Jason has been dating me for 3 years now.
So why didn't you talk to me about this?
Mom never cared about everything going on around me. You only cared about Laurel, your beautiful daughter.
Come on, you don't want to share, so you want to blame me for everything. And your current boyfriend is just taking advantage of you. I guess he's also embarrassed when you introduce him to everyone. He probably knows how ugly you are. And he, like you, is just a loser without a job, so he chose you.
Yes, I'm not as pretty as my older sister, but the one I love and the one who loves me are serious about choosing each other, not trying to steal from someone.
Be realistic, Aisha. You are a complete loser. So he's probably just stalking you.
He's a famous engineer and human being, Mom. I know you won't believe this, but he is really amazing.
Ah, yes, that's right. He's just tricking you. Look at yourself in the mirror. You are not that important. There's just something wrong with him. That's why he chose you to date. Who would be willing to wake up and look at your face every day?
Please halt, Mom. Once more, it is a big day for me. This is the last day I need it, actually. Why don't we just discuss the current situation?
No! Just what is it? He was an alcoholic. I am aware of his abuse. Wait, is he sick? He ought to have informed us. We must understand what you are committing us to.
You see, Mom, I've been with him for 3 years. It should be clear that I kept him away from you folks.
What? Are you stating that you find us embarrassing?
Yes, Mother. You continually criticize me and call me unattractive because you judge individuals solely on their appearance.
Oh, boo. I'm simply giving it to you straight. Aisha, this is the world in which we reside. Adjust to it.
No. You live in a world where many people enjoy life and get to know others for who they are rather than passing judgment and being patronizing.
Aisha, the dramatization will do it. I have no interest. Now I want you to call all your friends to your sister's wedding. I don't care about looks anymore. Everyone who can join, please contact them. That's what I want you to do, and it's my request.
I will try because my friends have gone to work and it is difficult for them to return in time for the day.
Do it, and don't tell me you can't. Lorelei's wedding was a lively one, not a dull one like her damn friends.
Aisha, I can't believe your ugly friends had the audacity to come to my wedding and not even contribute to the wedding fund. On top of that, they mocked my party, calling it boring. Can you believe that?
Look, Lorelei, I understand your frustration, but please don't insult my friends like that. They came because it was my mother's request, not something they wanted to do.
Well, your mother's request or not, they had no right to behave like that at my luxurious party in a noble place. It's like they were just dirty slaves allowed to attend, but they couldn't even show some respect by contributing to the wedding fund.
That's not fair, Lorelei. They might not have the means to contribute financially, but they came to support me because I asked them to. They are good people and don't deserve to be treated like this.
I don't care. If they can't respect my wedding and show some courtesy by at least contributing something, they shouldn't have come at all.
You're not understanding, Lorelei. They came for me, not for you. And if it was up to me, I wouldn't have invited them to your party because you clearly don't respect them.
Then your friends are ugly like you and don't know how to keep quiet. It's true that your friends are all beggars. Just eat and eat. They and you are really disgusting. Send some $20 to eat expensive food. Why don't your friends go beg and join my wedding? Aren't you ashamed or something?
You should not be like that. You and Mom have made an unreasonable behavior and let yourself not have a friend to attend the wedding ceremony. Your best friend also does not want to attend your wedding. Should you reconsider yourself?
Shut. They're dumbing. I'll make them understand in no time. They'll have to apologize to me for abandoning me at a fancy wedding just because of James's ex. But no problem, James is still mine.
Have you never looked back on your actions, Lorelai? They do it because your attitude and behavior is so bad. If you don't change yourself, you'll only get worse, Lorelai.
So what? I have money. I won't regret it. Ugly people don't deserve to attend my wedding, and even you. The girl with the ugly look. Aisha, are you free? I need your help urgently. I really need some money, Aisha. Please lend me some. I promise I'll return exactly what I borrow from you.
What's going on, Lorelai? Why do you need money so urgently?
It's not your concern. Just lend me the money, please.
I can't just lend you money without knowing why you need it. Please tell me what's happening.
Fine. The guests were very few, and they didn't even give any money as gifts. I can't afford to pay for my wedding. The wedding dress alone cost $15,000, and now I'm struggling to cover the expenses for the wedding party. I need the money to pay for the remaining bills. I promise I'll pay you back.
Oh, I see. But Lorelai, you should have planned your expenses more carefully. Weddings can be expensive, and it's essential to budget accordingly.
I know. Things just didn't go as planned, and I really need help right now. Can you please lend me the money?
But why are you telling me this? Why don't you talk to your mother? She is the only one who can solve this problem. I'm sure she would be happy to do this for her beautiful daughter and not me, the ugly girl.
I know it. I can be her princess, but she said no.
What? Does she not want to? Are you okay?
Mom and Dad did not agree to support because the cost was too high. This is the worst thing in my life. I need your help. You can't help but help me. I am your big sister. You have savings, don't you, Aisha? Can you help me with this?
I won't tell you this. It's none of your business.
Do not say like that.
That's true, Lorelai. You ruined your own wedding. You give yourself the right to criticize others and you think you are above all else. You stole James from your ex. Aren't you ashamed of this?
Steal. James loves me. He chose me over her. You know what? You don't think I need you some money that you are free to judge me like that.
Don't worry, you won't have any friends no matter how much your mom and dad love you. I hope you are happy. Goodbye forever. After that chat, I instantly ceased all communication with my whole family. All of our pals, it seems, have already banned Lorelai on social media and won't return her calls. Despite this, Lorelai is still driven by the need to recreate her stunning, picture-perfect wedding. She is insistent that she would be having them all attend an even more elaborate ceremony than the one originally planned, since she appears to have the misplaced belief that her friends will finally forgive her. She is completely immersed in social networks like IG or TikTok, always trying to be rich and luxurious, but all is a lie. She worked part-time all night just to try to pay off that fancy wedding.
In today's meeting, the teacher praised many of your classmates for their achievements and progressions recently. Just as I guessed, you were in her blacklist again. She complained so much about you and other 3 students for always be late for school, not completing homework. OMG, how embarrassed am I to have mischievous child like you.
Wait, you call me mischievous for not having good attitude at school?
Am I wrong, Emma? Just look at your older sister, Linda. I am very prideful whenever her teacher pay her so much compliments on her determination and progression. But you, what a shame.
Every time you get back from that school, you are always saying bad words to me. Forget about Linda. Have you ever recognized me for anything I did? Even once. Never.
You want me to praise you, but have you done anything that's meritorious? Since you were little, I have come to your class many times to receive thousands of complaints about your misbehaviors. So should I praise you for those things, huh?
You think I really want to be the irritating child? Have you ever given me gentle admonition like you did to Linda? Whenever we made mistakes, the first thing you did was yelling at me but not at her. And you gave her very considerate reminders?
Because Linda has a heart disease, she can't stand hearing harsh words.
That means I can?
When you were born, you was much stronger and healthier than Linda, so I have to be stricter with you, or else you will get out of my control.
Please don't use those words to ignore your excesses.
I'm just telling the truth, you're really stubborn, you know. I am also really tired of grumbling at you all the time. Please be mature as your sister and don't make me tired of you anymore.
But I am your daughter, too. Why do I have to be unequally treated? Have you ever thought about how I feel?
OMG, you're so annoying. Why should I care about how you feel? You think you are entitled to preferential treatment even though you are useless and mischievous?
I'm really surprised you can say these words to your own flesh and blood.
Oh, actually, I don't think of you as my daughter anyway. You're just a pathetic waste of space. And you, Sister Linda? She is the only one that can make me proud and reliable. How I wish she was an only child.
I'm getting hurtful, you know.
That how you choose to push me in this way?
Which way? This is the first time I've chosen to frankly talking to you after cowardly standing your insults all the time. Because Linda is unhealthy, so I handle all household chores for her. I am always willing to help you with other work in place of her. But you've always looked down on me and grumbled at me no matter what I did while only showing affection to my big sister. Is it because she knows how to satisfy and flatter you?
How could you blame me? Your sister is really smart and hardworking. And thanks to all of her determination, she is received by the medical school. And soon, she will manage to get a job as a doctor in a hospital. Not to mention, she's also tall, slim, and beautiful. She is my biggest pride. Now, look at yourself. You couldn't win against her in even one category.
I don't think you should be comparing us again each other like that, Mom. Anyway, don't forget that I still have good marks at all the exams at school and I will also enroll in Fashion University.
It's ridiculous for you to think one day you can be a model, smiley face. Fix your body first. You will never and ever pass, I swear. Don't try to surpass your big sister.
To be honest, it's amazing that she passed the medical school. I couldn't be happier for her. But maybe Linda will have a warped way of looking at world if you continue to raise her like that. I don't know if she can make it as a doctor, honestly. Oh, she's still an intern at the moment, so she hasn't been a doctor yet. So don't count your chickens before they hatch.
How dare you to insult my daughter like that? Why don't you think of yourself? If you do manage to eventually become a model one day, I'm sure the best you'll do with your degree will be working as small worker in some fashion company.
Aren't I your daughter? How cruel you are.
I don't need a waste of space like you around. Get out of this house and don't come back.
You are seriously kicking me out of my house?
That's right, I'm throwing you out. Why don't you go and find somewhere more suitable for you to live? You don't belong to this home anymore.
This place hasn't been a home for a long time.
It's a fine house. There's nothing wrong with it. Only you. You are the leftover of this house.
I really can't imagine one day I have to hear such horrible words from my mother.
And anyway, Linda will be a wealthy doctor. She'll buy us a new house before you know it. So we don't need a useless eyesore like you around taking up space. Your mere presence is also discomforting me.
It seems like your serious, smiley face. On top of treating me like a burden and constantly insulting me, you still want to throw me out of the house, huh?
The longer you stay here, the worse this house will become. You contribute nothing to this house.
That's really over the line. If you're going to be like that, then I don't think I can see you as my mother anymore.
That's fine. I don't think of you as my daughter anyway. From now on, you and I are strangers.
You can never take this back, you know?
It's time for this family to cut ties with you. Nothing else matters. Leave this house right now.
At the end of the day, you still choose to kick me out, smiley face.
So, are we in agreement? You'll leave, then?
I'll leave.
That's all your life will ever be, isn't it? A pitiful little existence, contributing nothing of value to the world. You just bring shame on the family if you stay here. Get out, already!
Let's look forward to what happens in the future. Karma will get back at you, Mom.
What are you going on about now?
Forget it. I'll grant your wish and leave. I'll come to the house and get a few essentials later this week. And then I'll be gone for good.
Don't ever come crawling back here. I sincerely hope I never see you again.
Got it. Goodbye, Mom. 8 years later.
Emma, how are you? Are you doing well these days?
Who is this?
Emma, where are you now? It's been so long since we last saw you. Why don't you come home for a visit? Don't you miss us? We've been missing you terribly.
Sorry, who are you?
Don't joke around. Isn't it obvious? It's your mother, here.
But I don't have mother for a long time. So I don't know who you might be talking about.
Emma, darling, don't be funny like that. Why would you say a thing like that? Well, how about you come home and say hi? We haven't seen you in ages.
Well, I'm really busy right now. And I don't have time to talk to stranger.
I really want to hear how you are doing and what you've been doing for the last 8 years. Did you end up becoming a model as your dream?
So what if I did? What does that matter?
Of course, I'm always care about how you're living.
Since you asked, I did end up becoming a model. But what does that have to do with you?
So you really are a model. I'm so happy for you. I know you could do it. You know, I always believe in you.
So what? You don't need to be that happy. We are strangers now, remember? You declared it 8 years ago.
I really don't remember I said so.
Anyway, don't beat around the bush. What do you want from me? Is it money?
Oh, please, Emma, don't be like that. Come home to us, it's been too long. You belong with us, we're family.
Why would I go back there to see you guys? Aren't you living happily with your pride? Your talented daughter, who is a reputable doctor, can do a lot for your living? Or has she quitted her dreaming career to be at home with you?
Ha? Why do you put it that way? And how do you know about Linda?
I've heard from Dad. I've heard from Dad. Oh, you're still in contact with him? I have no idea. You have no idea about anything, do you? You disowned me and threw me out of the house years ago, and now when running out of money, you want to get in touch again? What a strange coincidence.
Oh, don't misunderstand. It's not like that. But, since you mentioned it, how are you doing financially? Have you been earning a lot since you've become a model?
See? I wasn't wrong. That's the reason why you contacted me. If you want to know clearly about me, try searching my name on Google.
What are you talking about?
May I present, I've become a famous supermodel since you kicked me out. And as your favorite daughter, Linda, she ended up quitting while she was still a trainee doctor. She wasn't used to setting back in life, so she broke down as soon as things started to get tough. And now she lives at home with you and Dad and rarely leaves the houses, right? Half of that is your responsibility, though. I did warn you.
I expected too much from that girl. She turned out to be useless in the end. Now, I can't believe my second daughter can be so successful now. I'm so proud of you. And also, you look so beautiful recently. I hardly even recognize you.
Thanks to you throwing me out of the house, I can truly find myself and realize which place is more suitable for me to develop. And I have learned a lot from the friendly people out there, and since then, I've become a successful supermodel like I've always dreamt.
You see how effective my way was to let you grow up by yourself. It's time for you to come home and live with your family. Your dad has been weaker lately. I guess he doesn't have much time.
Why would I go back there? To help you with your debts?
I'm not sure what are you talking about.
Dad figured it out recently. You splurged on money relying on my sister's future income as a doctor, didn't you? That's what he told me. But because she's not working anymore, so now you're stuck in debt and you have no way of paying it back. And you even used up all of Dad's savings.
Wait a minute, your dad knows all about the debt, then? OMG.
Yeah, he knows all about it. So, we've been preparing.
Preparing for what?
For him to come to live with me. I've been buying a new apartment for him in the center of the city. Meanwhile, he's been making moving preparations.
Oh, what a good girl. And what about me?
What about you? I have no idea. Let my big sister be in charge of you, then.
You can't say that to me. Emma, I'm your mother. Think about this.
Fancy that. The ugly, useless daughter who is the shame for the family, becoming a famous supermodel. Bet you didn't see that coming, huh?
Sorry if you feel that way, but I never meant to oppress you, dear. Just because my educational approach was maybe quite strict to you, but after all, I wanted to raise you properly and make sure you were disciplined well, unlike your sister.
That kind of excuse isn't going to work on me, frankly speaking. I'm not naive anymore. You can't just talk your way out of this. And besides, you and I are strangers now and I owe you nothing.
How can you say that to your own mother? Do you have no sympathy for your own family? Make space for me to come and live with you as well.
No, I won't. I'm really busy and I have no time to make space for a stranger to come and live in my home.
How dare you talk to me like that? So you intend to just throw me away, then? How wicked and ungrateful you are.
I'm sorry, who was the one who threw me first? You're the one who broke that bone, not me. And what about Linda? I noticed that you didn't ask me to make space for her. Now you cannot take any advantages from Linda, so you just want to get rid of her? You never think about anyone but yourself.
You can't say these things to your mother. I didn't raise you to behave like this.
Now, you feel what I felt? You never seemed to care about anything you said to me when I was small. You pretty much verbally abused me my whole life.
Why do you always live with the things in the past? Let's leave it behind and live for the future.
Yeah, you're right.
So, now you understand?
Yeah, I understand that you never feel sorry for what cruel things you did to me in the past. Even now, you seem innocent when facing the child you hate most. We can't get back together ever again since that day. By the way, since Dad knows about your debt, now he's planning to divorce you. You should start looking for a job soon.
What? He can't divorce me, the silly and useless man.
You even look down on your husband. Who else can you respect in this world? Well, let's prepare. Once Dad divorces you, you have to plan to repay your own debt. Aren't you going to take care of Linda?
Why do I have to do so?
Who else is there? I mean, it's your fault that she ended up like this. Take responsibility for your actions.
But I'm in my 60s now. How am I supposed to go out and get a job?
Then I guess Linda will have to get one instead. Talk to her about it. And I made up my mind to separate from you 8 years ago.
Why are you behaving like this? We're family.
Please don't ever say a word, family, to me again. It's cringe. I was having a tough time back then, you know? At that time, I couldn't deal with the stress of being abused by you at home and trying to follow my dream of being a model. And there was only Dad who's secretly giving me money to survive. Where were you at that moment? You didn't even care whether I died or not. You don't deserve to call yourself a mother. Because of my past was body shaming by own mother, I decided to help people be confident and be proud of their own body. So I put everything I had into studying, and thanks to that effort, I can reach my dream. So now, it's time for me to have responsibility to my dad. And from now on, I don't want to have any relation with you. Goodbye. Forever, Mom. Emma completed buying the apartment and brought her dad to live with her. Her mom was still stuck with her debt and had to hide from the creditors. She was said to move to the other place on the outskirt to find for a part-time job. Emma's big sister, Linda, was jobless and started to be addicted to alcohol. She and her mother always have quarrels. Once, her mother can't stand living in the life of hardship and humiliation, she decided to commit suicide.